factoring, you always want the number in front of your squared term to be a 1. In other words, you don't want anything in front of your squared term. So the first thing I check for is if there is a number in front of the squared term, I check and see if I can divide by that number for all the terms. And you can in this one. So I'm literally going to do something called taking that number out. So I'm just going to divide everything by 2. So I have a 2 and a y squared. I took a 2 out, so that's a y squared left, plus sign. 20 divided by 2 is 10, and I have a y there, minus sign. 48 divided by 2 is 24. Now I can factor this. So I'm going to write down the 2 that I took out. I'm going to make 2 sets of parentheses. I'm going to split up my y's. The first term gets written into the first parentheses. Now for this other number over here, what you want to do is use this little triangle and cross out what you had in the original problem. So plus and minus, crosses out, that means there's a minus over here. Whatever's not crossed out is what you put over here. If you do that, you don't have to memorize any rules. Okay, now you work backwards. The factors of 24, that when I subtract them, equal 10. Well, the factors of 24 divided by 1 is 24. 24 divided by 2 is 12. 24 divided by 3 is 8. 24 divided by 4 is 6. And that's it for the factors of 24. Now I want to subtract to get 10. So 12 take away 2 is 10. That'll work. Now here's the key to not getting the signs wrong. You have to do the biggest number first. So 12 comes here, 2 goes there, and then you won't mess up your signs if you remember that. Okay, so that's the answer to that one. So on the next one, I can divide all these numbers by 6. So if I have a 6 and 2 y's, I took a 6 out, so that's a y left. Oh, 2 y's left. And then a minus sign. I have a 6 and a y, I took the 6 out, so that's just 1 y left. Normally you wouldn't put a 1, but I'm going to talk about that in a moment. And then put a minus sign. 24 divided by 6 is 4. So I have the 6 that I took out. I want to split this trinomial out, factor it out. I split up my y's. I bring down the minus sign. Okay, so the original problem has 2 negatives. So that means this has to be a positive. Okay, work backwards. I want the factors of 4 that when I subtract them equal 1. So 4 divided by 1 is 4. 4 divided by 2 is 2. And then you're repeating yourself. So the factors of 4 that when you subtract them equal 1. Well, 4 take away 1 is 3. And 2 take away 2 is 0. There are none that work. Okay? So if there are none that work, you can't factor it. So this, what you had in the previous step above it, would be your final answer for that one. So sometimes you can't go and make 2 sets of parentheses. It won't work. Okay, I'm going to divide everything by 4. So a 4 and 2 u's. I took 4 out, so that's 2 u's, a minus sign. 20 divided by 4 is 5. And I have a u, a plus sign. 16 divided by 4 is 4. Okay, so my 4, my 2 sets of parentheses, split up my u's, bring the first sign down. The second sign I have a minus and a plus. So the second sign is a minus. Okay, the factors of 4 that when I add them equal 5. Well, 1 times 4. When you add those 2 numbers, you get 5. So the biggest one first, 4, and then 1, and you're finished.